Throughout the entire relationship, I gave her the most consistent effort that I could. I was always available to her and her child. I'd do favors for them. I'd give them my time whenever they needed it. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled, My Narcissistic Ex Just Ended the Relationship with Me and Now Has Demands That She Expects Me to Follow. And guys, this story is all about a guy who very foolishly got into a relationship with a gal who truly is a complete and total narcissist. And worse yet, she is a single MOM complete and total narcissist who is a pathological liar, serial cheater, all that. And she is just looking for victims. And this guy plays the role as the clueless white knight. And you're going to see, guys, that pretty much from the get-go, she has this guy completely fooled. And at first he outright thinks everything's wonderful, and then starts seeing a lot of red flags. And then eventually finds out there's a lot of awful things going on. But the thing is, he keeps going back for more and buying into her BS. And you're going to see how she always twists it around and makes it to be his fault. And I'm doing this one, guys, to show you to not be like this guy. This guy gets the award for King of the Simps for the month of February, because I kid you not, and March. Might as well throw March in there too, because that's how bad he is. And this is what happens when men buy into the narrative to be the hero and the savior to these gals that guys are always awful to or need a helping hand or something like that. And also guys that don't have a backbone. They don't stand up for themselves. Guaranteed this dude didn't have a masculine role model growing up. Guaranteed this guy has self-esteem that's like this. And when you don't build yourself up, guys, and don't have a good, healthy love for yourself, self-worth, you're going to invite people into your life. You're going to attract people in your life. They're going to take advantage of you every time. And you can see right here. And it's just unbelievable. My hand's going to be sore from all the smacks this guy's going to get by the end of this story. Good Lord. But you got to watch it to see. And as I read this, guys, as a challenge to all you guys who watch me regularly, I want you to start seeing where this guy's going wrong immediately. Yeah, you'll be able to tell instantly. You'll be able to know where I'm going to smack him before I do. And when you can do that, you know you've learned something. So don't be like this guy. So it starts off, he says here, I've been in a relationship with a gal for over 8 months. In the beginning, everything was amazing. Well, it always is. But about 4 months in, I noticed that she became less affectionate. I let her know this was an issue for me and asked why the sudden change. And she always blamed it on being stressed out. I had genuine feelings for her, so to end the fight, I pretty much accepted the answer and less affection in order to move on. Smack. So right here, to end the fight, in other words, I don't like conflict. I'm afraid of conflict and I want to make her mad at me. I'm going to back down. I'm going to cave. If you're not getting the affection from your girl, or shall I say you were getting plenty of affection before and it's come to a screeching halt, after a while, something's going on. Because she ain't getting it from you, she's getting it from someplace else. And he has a right to obviously get romantic from time to time. It is, after all, a romantic relationship. And if his needs are being met, he has every reason to break up with her. End of story. It says here, from there, things will continue to go downhill. From there, I noticed that she started to display sketchy behavior with her phone. We'd get into arguments about it, and she'd always flip it back on me. She called me paranoid, crazy, insecure, etc. I even caught her one time back on a dating site, and she claimed it was a bait profile to see if I'd be crazy enough to find it. Again, stupidly, I let it slide and gave her the benefit of the doubt. Smack. Dude, she is cheating on you. The hiding the phone thing, sketchy behavior, back on dating sites. How blind are you? You're not getting any? What do you think's going on here? Move on. There are other girls out there. Are you the elephant man? Are you so physically ugly that no woman will look at you? I highly doubt it. But for whatever reason, these guys get wrapped in. These guys, what they do is they focus on how things were in the beginning, how great they were and amazing, and they don't focus on the present. It doesn't make a difference how great she was to you a month ago and how she felt towards you then. It can change like that. But these guys stay in these relationships so long based on the beginning. It's nonsense. Have a freaking spine. I'm glad he brings these things up, but he doesn't follow through. Throughout the entire relationship, I gave her the most consistent effort that I could. She ain't giving it to you. I was always available to her and her small child. always available to her. What happens to the guys who are always available to women at their beck and call? We all know. I do favors for them. I give them my time whenever they needed it. Took care of them and to the best of my ability and always put them first. Smack, smack, smack. No. What has she done to earn all that? At her beck and call, always put them first. That's nice guy shit. This kid isn't yours. That's nice he wants to do nice things, but still, it's not your kid. She's not your wife. She's not your long-term girlfriend. You only known her a few months. And to her, she's thinking, look at this guy doing all these things for me this quickly. I got him wrapped around my finger. And of course, I think I'm garbage, so therefore I have to treat him like crap and use him. There were plenty of good times, but always in my gut, I suspected that she was not being honest with me. But again, I cared about her so much, I continued moving forward. Trust your gut. Listen to your gut. So many times she said that I was the only person who's ever shown her such kindness. The only person who considered her. The only person who actually did for her and kept my word. That she needed me. Missed me constantly. You're the only guy that treats her well because she is a piece of garbage. She's an a-hole. Her behavior demonstrates that. You don't listen, you don't pay attention to what a gal or any human being says. Pay attention to their actions. Her actions say everything you need to know. She called me and texted me daily and would spend time with me almost every day. Yeah, because you were watching her kid. And I'm sure paying for things. Fast forward to February and we joined a new gym together. We've been talking about it for a while, and I decided that I'd pay for both memberships since I was doing better financially and I wanted to treat her. Smack! Join Planet Fitness. It'll be $10 a month, and that's it. Okay? Why can't she pay her own damn bills, hero? She agreed to the idea, knowing full well that it was very expensive and a 12-month commitment. One day before the workout, the sketchy behavior was just so bad that even though I felt horrible about it, I went through her phone in the locker room. Hey, at this point, it's justified. You think that she wouldn't do that to you? What I found made me sick to my stomach. She'd been on dating sites the entire time and had been having sexting multiple people, men and women, in graphic detail along with photos. I was so thrown off by this that I foolishly didn't take my time and even look through everything. I came back out and handed her purse and coat and stormed out of the gym. She chased me down, hopped in my car, and refused to leave. I told her what I saw, and her first instinct was to deny it. But she finally had to come clean upon realizing that I'd seen a lot. So the whole time of their wonderful relationship, she's cheating on him. With both men and women. That says everything you need to know about her. Goodbye. Get the F out of my car. We're done. And by the way, I'm canceling that membership I paid for. But watch this, guys. Watch what happens here. We talked for over an hour, and she finally told me some truth. She basically said that all my suspicions were correct the entire time. Everything I accused her of was right, and she lied about everything. Even though she called me a narcissist. Paranoid, crazy, insecure. I was actually correct, and she was lying to my face the entire time. So remember, she was calling him all those nasty things, even though she knew darn well what she was doing. Walk away. Get out of the car. Move on. Cut your losses. Move on. Nope. She said that she was addicted to attention that these people would give her, and that even though she didn't actually want to physically do anything with them, she loved the high of getting praise and attention. What I tell you about women with attention and validation, it's a drug to them. And she's using this addiction to distance herself from blame. Not my fault. It's the addiction to the attention and validation. Worst thing that ever could have happened to relationships and dating is social media and dating apps. She said that she loved the high getting praise and attention. She said she didn't want me at a certain point, but she didn't want to lose me. She didn't want to lose you because you babysit her daughter or the kid and pay for things. She said that she should have never called me names because, in fact, that she's an effed up person and a narcissist like her mother, who she hates. Stupidly, after all this, I let my feelings get in the way and gave her a second chance. Smack, 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 smack. Dude, from this point on, anything that she does to you, to hurt you, take advantage of you, is your fault. She's an a-hole, we can all agree, but she flat out told you who she is. She admitted to all the cheating, and you saw she handled it. So don't go crying anymore, dude. See, guys? A lot of people have labeled me that I victim blame or victim shame, whatever the hell you want to call it. But there's a point where someone keeps putting themselves in the same situation. with the same people that hurt them, there's a point that they got to take some blame. Because we all know darn well who doesn't take any blame ever. Guys have to be accountable. Otherwise, you're just like the rest of the a-holes out there. She was nice to me for 2 days. Well, 2 whole days. And I noticed she went right back to her usual behavior, including calling me insecure. And when I told her I was uncomfortable with her still following someone, she gave her number from a dating site. Of course, she went right back to the same behavior. That's who she is. And by him giving her a second chance, after all that, as if she had any respect for him, whatever shriveled respect she had for him, whoosh, gone. Women do not respect weak guys. Weak guys act like doormats. And this guy's a king simp. King doormat. 2 weeks later, I tell her that my needs are still not being met over a long text message, which she ignored. Pay attention to her actions. She doesn't give a shit. The next day before the gym, I noticed that she was trying to pick a fight from the smallest thing she was doing. I just ignored her and did my workout. After the gym, we went to eat, and she finally said she didn't appreciate the long message. I told her that I need to say these things, and she never wants to talk, so I had no choice. She pretty much started an argument, but then wouldn't allow me to speak. One of those, huh? She knows she has you. And he said here, starting small fights. She's a drama queen. She lives for drama. And by the way, if you think that she's not hooking up with other dudes, that the social media and the dating apps is just attention, you're out of your mind. She would tell me, fine, talk. But as soon as I made a point, she'd cut me off and threaten to leave. Well, leave. Finally, she threatened to leave again and started to stand up and put her coat on. Seeing this, I just got up and walked out of the restaurant, beating her to it. So, how many guys have ever been roped into an argument with a woman, and you try to talk, and she interrupts you every freaking time? And then, yeah, fine, talk. And you start talking. This is why you don't fight with women. This is why you don't argue with women. You walk away. The only way you're going to talk is if she's going to act like not act like a child. Right? So many guys, and I understand how easy it is to get roped into an argument with a woman because, you're feeling enraged. You feel your skin cooking, If she's not going to listen to you and act like a child and disrespect for you, walk away every time. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in a freaking restaurant or anywhere. If you're in the car, pull over, she gets out, or you get out. Uber back home. Get out of your mind. You're going to try to get into an argument or fight with a woman because it's never going to work out right. She's going to act like a psycho. Walk away every time. She chased me down, saying that I embarrassed her, and that she could never go back in there ever again, and couldn't believe I did that. You embarrassed yourself, honey. When I asked, what were you about to do to me, she said that she was actually going to leave, and that her coat wasn't on that way. Whatever. We continued to argue until she finally said that she was done. Thank the Lord. Later that day, I messaged her trying to fix things, and she essentially said she needed space. Smack. Fix what, jackass? You deserve what you get at this point. She's a terrible person. And notice she said that she needs space. He's finally been so weak that even she is done using him at this point. And you're going to see, by the way, how a tactic she takes that she can now assign blame on him in case she wants to file a restraining order or whatever. Watch this in a minute. I messaged her once more, apologizing, and left it at that. Smack. Apologize for what? The next day she calls me to check in and see if I was okay. I told her I was not and that I wanted to actually have a conversation. She said no and that she was too stressed and that things were done. Again, she's done. From there I sent 2 last messages, one explaining how she's treated me and one saying that we should talk when she's ready. And then I'd go to the gym at night so she wouldn't bump into me, since she could only go during weekday mornings. She finally responded and said the following. Now, this is a text she sends him, and you're going to see how this text is going to set things up in a way to make him out to be the bad guy, which she could easily hand over to the authorities if she wanted to, and make him look like the villain, even though she's the villain. This is her text. He writes this word for word. Hello. I apologize for the late message. If I do not tell you this, I do not want you to think something else will happen that won't. This is the 3rd and last time I will tell you to stop. I've told you verbally and I've told you over text message. I'm telling you again now, please stop. It's done. You also went against your word and said you only go to the gym at night, and you went this morning. It does not matter if it is the weekend or not. If you say something, please stick to your word or inform me. I would feel more comfortable if you went to a different gym location so I can stop checking your location.
This is my hometown now. I'd rather you not bump into you. If you can't do that, please let me know. Again, I'm not trying to say this in a rude way. I'm just trying to get my point across and be as clear with you as possible. And again, please let me know if at any point you want anything or cannot cover the gym expenses so I can figure out what to do with this, since I don't fully believe you will cover it, and I told you months ago I could not afford it. Please let me know about that. Thank you. That's her thing to him. Now, one part is I see it as she can save this text and say, look, officer, look, he won't leave me alone. I sent him this thing. But also, notice that it's about the gym. She's making demands for the gym membership that he paid for, telling him he needs to go someplace else. I'd be like, bullshit, this is my gym. I'm going to go here. And what he should do is just simply go there and cancel a membership or take his credit card off the file or something. But look at her making demands. She's making demands and all that because she knows he's a bitch and he'll go along with it. He says here, so my question is, how should I proceed? What do you mean how you should proceed? I know it was a mistake in trying to move things forward for catching her cheating, you think? But that is done now. I gave my word that I continue to pay for the gym because I feel bad about leaving her with the bill. But at the same time, the fact that she's trying to tell me to switch locations and keep my word on what time I go is really bothering me. The fact that she also wants me to stay out of the city where I constantly go eat and shop is a lot. So he's looking for advice. Dude, grow a pair. Grow a freaking spine. She's an awful person. You don't owe her your word. You don't have to keep your word to someone like this. So guys, what's the lesson here? Self-freaking respect. How people will treat you if you act like a doormat. And there are some really awful people in this world. They see weakness, and they're going to exploit it, everything that they can. She obviously got everything she needed from this guy, and now she's done. So when you let people take advantage of you, he does, at least, I'll give him some credit, check her sometimes. He does bring things up, fair enough, but he doesn't follow through. He doesn't have a backbone. He doesn't stick to his guns. And when a woman doesn't respect you, she's going to either break up with you, cheat on you, or stay with you, use you, and treat you worse and worse and worse. And you can see how it got worse and worse and worse in her treatment of him by him letting things slide. So this is why I encourage guys to work hard to build themselves up. So that way then, they feel so good about themselves, they won't allow people like this in their life, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, business dealings, family, whatever. But there's a lot of weak guys out there. Weak women too, don't get me wrong, but weak guys. This is Men's channel. And he can't allow this. So there's a point where he deserved a lot of stuff that was coming to him because she made it clear, And a lot of guys focus on the beginning. It's a common thing. They think about how great it was in the beginning. Therefore, they stay and think that, obviously she loves me. No, she doesn't. Women's feelings and emotions can change like that because they are like that emotional beings, if you will. And a lot of guys don't get that. So end it with her. Work on yourself. This guy, in my opinion, is banned from relationships for a long time. But there you go. Now, some comments to wrap this thing up. But good Lord, I wasn't kidding when I said the award for the Simp of the Month for February and March where we're at it. One guy says here, Jesus, grow a backbone. Cancel a gym payment, block her phone number, go where you want. There's an idea. Act like a freaking man. Another guy says here, can't stress this enough. Dude needs to stand up for himself. This one clearly has issues which are a direct negative effect on people around her. This guy owes her nothing. Besides, she can't bump into him at the gym if he doesn't pay her bill. Another guy says here, cut her off. She has shown you zero respect during your relationship, willingly lied and cheated, manipulated you, and tried to put this back on you. Now there are conditions. That's rich. Stop paying her gym membership. You don't owe her squat. No pun intended. And the last one, this guy says, at some point, dude, you got to pick yourself off the ground and stop being an effing doormat. I mean, seriously, you're more of a lapdog than a man at this point. Always running back to master and obeying no matter how badly they treat you. Get some self-respect, make her pay for her own crap, and cut her off. End of story. So yes, cut her off, learn a lesson. Don't talk to her anymore, have nothing to do with her, she's done. And you go back to her, you deserve all the bullshit you're going to get. She's a mean, narcissistic, evil person. And I feel bad for that kid she's raising. And guarantee you, she's going to be this way to every single dude. The only guys that she's going to not be this way to are guys that treat her exactly how she sees herself. Treat her like garbage. Because that's obviously what she's used to. So any guys out there that start dating a gal who says, all my other boyfriends treated me badly, but you treat me so nice, beware. because the odds are that that's how she thinks of herself, and eventually by you treating her well will cause her to resent you. Seriously. And then break up with you or do awful things to punish you for being so nice to her because she thinks she's awful. Kid you not. Beware. He needs to cut her, had nothing to do with her at all, and move the hell on. And this guy shouldn't get into even date. Go on one first date until he starts working on himself. End of freaking story. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. And, guys, you can come across a good story like me to share. Email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's definitely a good one, I'll cover it. And, guys, also, if you haven't done so already, definitely like the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel here, and definitely check out and subscribe to my other channels, Strong Successful Male or SSM Clips, making a big push to grow them this year. Remember, every time you sign up for one of my channels, it helps YouTube promote them, and it will piss off more feminists, and we all want to do that. So, and be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.